It's that time again.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Break Time with Derry and Trey. I'm Derry, and the other host is Trey. Say hi, Trey.
Hi, Trey.
We always got to keep that going. And today, Trey has a plethora of topics to talk about, as so he says. I was gonna try to main this one, but Emily and I went to a Chinese buffet earlier, and I am feeling very disgusting. So I'm gonna let Trey be the main man today, and I'm gonna be the Trey today. Isn't that right, Trey? You're even wearing a hoodie, and I'm wearing a shirt. Isn't that crazy?
It's cold in my house.
I know, but we're like opposite. It's opposite day today on the podcast. 30 weeks, so it's opposite day.
Alan.
Oh my god, he's already referencing his short. Look at this guy. We do appreciate everyone coming in and looking at Trey's work YouTube short. It's been popping off, and we really do appreciate it. But Trey's got some topics, and why don't you start?
Oh boy. Okay, sorry, I was yawning. All right. To start this off, this seems to be a fan favorite, if you will. I have a stupid world record.
Okay. Hit me with that world record.
You're gonna laugh at this, but you might like it. This is official,
Okay.
By the way. This isn't some like actual unrecorded thing.
Well, haven't they all been official?
I think so. I might have named one or two that were like just something someone attempted to do, but it wasn't something Guinness said, "Hey, that's cool."
Gotcha.
Okay. Oh, I just yawning up a storm up here.
You're always yawning.
Yeah,
on
I
the
know.
show.
It's because I've almost been up for like, I don't know, 20 hours or something. I don't know.
You got the yawning boy, and you got the long-haired boy. That's our show, in a nutshell.
Okay. You're not going to ever guess what kind of world record this is.
Okay.
This is the farthest distance skateboarding by an animal. Would you like to take a guess at the animal?
This is the coolest world record you've ever talked about. If I had to guess, it's either going to be one of three animals. It's either a dog, a cat, or a raccoon.
I wish it was a raccoon.
Is it one of the other two?
Nope.
Damn, then I have no idea.
It is a goat.
A goat?
Yeah.
He's the greatest of all time on that skateboard.
And I'm gonna let.
How far do you skate?
The farthest distance skateboarding by a goat was. Give me a drum roll. 36 meters.
36. How many is that in feet?
118.
Did he push it? Did he pump the skateboard with his hoof?
I don't know, but I don't know that much. But it says this was achieved by Happy, the goat named Happy.
Happy the goat. All right, Happy the
Of
goat.
Fort Myers,
You're my
Florida.
hero.
On March 4th, 2012.
Of course it's Florida. Why wouldn't it be?
Happy lives with Melody
always
Cook
Florida.
and her family and is described as much as a loved family pet.
Yeah, it's not really common around. Well, I guess it is kind of common around here. I just have never met someone with it. But did you know people just have goats as like cats and dogs?
Yeah,
Isn't that wild?
I know a couple people who have goats.
I guess I got a story for that. So my dad used to live on a farm by himself, and he had this pet goat. And my grandfather came over to visit him one day, and he had just gotten a new car. It was back in like the 80s. And they were inside talking inside the farmhouse, and when they went outside, the goat was standing on top of my grandfather's new car, and he had scratched the paint on the roof all to shit with his hooves. And he was pissed.
Yeah, I like how the goats are just like, what up?
Well, yeah, they see a tall thing, they want to stand on it. I'm the king of the world.
I don't
the
get
goat
it.
said.
I don't get how they do that. You ever seen a billy goat mountain
What do you mean?
climb?
I guess I haven't. I guess I've never
They
looked up a
can
video of a
get
goat
any
climbing.
crack and crevice and just stand on it.
They're like the OP rock climbers. Is that what
They
you're
will
telling
be
me?
standing on a 90-degree angle. I don't.
That's kind of cool. That's
I
metal.
don't understand it. Hang on, let me look up.
Goats are
Let me look up
metal.
a picture of this.
Goats are metal as shit. I've seen one fall down a rock
Oh.
mountain, and it lived. Just kind of got up like, what up?
Look at this. How?
Are you? I'll put it in the video. What are you sending me?
It
Is
like
it on the-
it
is
looks
it on
like
the
an
Discord?
optical illusion.
Where are you gonna send it at?
You're gonna see the notification on the right side.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, so I'm gonna put it in the video, but for audio listeners, it looks like the goat is laying down and the camera's at a Dutch angle, but no, it's just straight up climbing on its side. That is metal as fuck. Okay, next picture he sent me is the same thing, kind of, only they're like climbing sideways. Goats are powerful.
I don't
creatures.
understand this.
I kind of want to just buy a herd of goats and make them climb for fun. That's awesome, actually. Wow. Alright, that's cool. Alright, so besides that world record, what else do you got for me?
I have a
Drew?
joke of the day.
Alright, hit me with the joke of the day. It better not be some stupid shit again.
Why would you never play poker at the zoo, Derek?
Why would I not play poker at the zoo, Trey?
Can I get a drum roll?
No.
Give me a drum roll.
Brrr.
Sound like a cat.
I know.
You would never play poker at the zoo because of too many cheetahs.
God damn it. you bring some that shouldn't make me laugh as hard as it did. God damn it. Too many cheetahs.
The one.
Boom.
Here, I'll give you a twofer.
Alright, give me a twofer.
The one I was gonna choose was. Have you ever heard the joke about yoga?
No.
Never mind. It's a bit of a stretch.
Alright. Shut up. Shut your ass up. That's a good one. Alright. I think Trey has a bigger topic for us today. And would you like to introduce them to the bigger topic of today's
The main
episode?
topic of today's episode is brought to you by. No, I'm just kidding. It's
I wish we could say that. At one point in our life, we will be able
Eventually.
to say
yeah. Ghost, sponsor me.
that. Hey, Arizona. Hold on. Here, I'll do this. Arizona. You see this?
Powerade.
You see this can right
Sponsor
here?
me.
I've had a green tea can for like the last 12 episodes on the show every time. It's my favorite drink. Please sponsor me, Arizona. I won't even take money as payment if you want. I'll take 10 cases of cherry lime Ricky.
What's another one? What's another
I'll
one?
take that as a
what can I be
sponsorship.
sponsor? Xbox. Sponsor me.
They would not sponsor us,
I know.
Trey. Not after what I said about Walter
Oh.
Grimes stealing the Xbox. I called Xbox players knife-wielding maniacs, basically. But the biggest topic today is what, Trey?
It is the. Can I get another drum roll?
No,
Another
stop
drum roll?
asking for these drums.
Por favor. Por
No.
favor.
No.
Por favor. It is the Bermuda Triangle.
Yes, the formidable Bermuda Triangle. So when Trey told me about this the other day that he wanted to talk about it, I thought it was cool because, for one, I had not heard of the Bermuda Triangle in like at least 15 years. It was crazy. It was like a nostalgic trip from when I was a kid. I felt like it was everywhere. Like, I'm pretty sure they may not have. But wasn't there an episode of Sweet Life on Deck where they went across the Bermuda Triangle?
Nope, it's when and I was just thinking of this. It's when they're going across the international date line.
That's what it is. That's what it is. You're right. I don't know. I always remember some media from when we were kids. They talked about the Bermuda Triangle. And then as I got older, like, no one talked about it. So it's like, okay, that myth died or whatever. But then...
because everyone disappears when they go to it.
But then I looked it up. because I want to do some research on the Bermuda Triangle before the show, and at least the History Channel, at least, is pumping out content about the Bermuda Triangle still, even as of like 4 weeks ago. So the Bermuda Triangle
you're
myth
watching
is still
Ancient
going
Aliens.
strong. Yeah, and they said they're all come from the Bermuda Triangle. So, for those who don't know what the Bermuda Triangle is, it is essentially this triangle formation in the ocean right off the eastern coast of Florida that goes up to Bermuda, which is an island way east of Florida, northeast of Florida, and it goes all the way down to Puerto Rico and then back to Florida, so it makes one big triangle over the Bahamas and the ocean over there. And a lot of spooky things happen in the Bermuda Triangle, doesn't it, Trey?
Yes.
Thanks for your answer. I really do appreciate that.
Do you want me to elaborate at all?
If you want to, you go right ahead.
So yeah, it's just a region in the North Atlantic, bounded by the southeastern coast of the United States, so probably Florida, Bermuda, and Cuba, and Jamaica and Puerto Rico.
Bro, I just said that.
Yes.
Continue. Go
The
ahead.
exact boundaries, they're not. No one really knows exactly what they are, but it's around 500,000 and 1.5 million square miles.
Yeah, it's a big old triangle in the ocean.
And so it's a vaguely triangular shape, and it doesn't appear on any world maps, and the U.S. Board of Geographic Names does not recognize the Bermuda Triangle as an official name.
No, it's just like a myth, like the Loch Ness Monster or the Sasquatch or anything else. Would you like to know when it first was mentioned?
I might know the answer, but go ahead.
The Bermuda Triangle, at least in the United States, like mainstream, was published in September 17th of 1950 when it was mentioned in the newspapers in the USA. And then 2 years later, Fate magazine, which I don't even think is around anymore, published a article called Sea Mystery at Our Back Door, a short article by George X, first to lay out the now familiar triangle area where the losses took place over the years. Essentially, a lot of disappearance. I don't even. Is there modern disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle, or is it all like World War II era? I'm pretty sure
I
it's
could
all
have
World
sworn
War II
as we
era.
were growing up, there's been more. It was more modern.
It might be, but I mean, all the like big cases happened between like the middle of World War II to the mid 1950s. Really is when like it was really popping off.
Yeah.
So some reasons that the Bermuda Triangle is kind of like the spooky place is that the majority of hurricanes and shit that go through the ocean that come to like Florida and Louisiana and whatnot pass through the Bermuda Triangle. So the weather there is always kind of wild. Even when it's not storming and whatnot, the waves get really big, and they say that that's what capsizes boats that get lost there and shit. Also, the Bermuda Triangle, the one spooky thing about it, which people can't explain, that's like the one thing that's actually weird about it, is that when you go there in like a plane or a boat and you have a compass, it sometimes shows the quote-unquote true north instead of the magnetic pole north, and no one can explain why the compass does that there. Only there.
Actually, I just thought of a theory. I need to see a map.
Do you not know where the Bahamas are?
No, I know where that is. I just want to see something.
Okay, what do you need to see?
Where's the equator at?
It's like 700 miles south of that. I'm pretty sure. Because the equator runs along like the middle of Africa and I think right by the Panama Canal.
Okay, well, I really thought it'd show on Google Earth, but it does not.
It's been a long time since I've looked up the equator, but what's your theory?
Ah, you're right. It's nowhere near the equator.
Did you think that the equator had something to do with the magnetic north?
I was gonna
I
say,
don't
if you're
think so.
sitting right in the middle of the equator and it keeps going between true north and magnetic pole north, it was just gonna keep making it go back and
gotcha.
forth. But no, that's not.
Yeah, no, that's just like one of the main things
Ah.
that people of scientific background.
I don't know
can't
if this makes a
explain about the
difference,
Bermuda
but that is
Triangle.
near where the Tropic of Cancer is.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I guess it is, right? Because the Tropic of Cancer is like south of the Bahamas, isn't it?
It's like
Or is it-
right underneath Florida.
Okay. That probably does not make a difference, but that is interesting. So what's some other stuff you got about the Bermuda Triangle?
In 2013, the World Wildlife Fund conducted a study of maritime shipping lanes and determined that the Bermuda Triangle is not one of the world's 10 most dangerous bodies of water.
No. I was actually gonna say, for instance, when I was 6 or 7, my parents won a cruise vacation, and they went to the Bahamas, a part of this cruise, which goes directly into the Bermuda Triangle, and nothing happened to them. They were fine.
You know, yeah, come to think of it, I forgot. My brother and my dad went on a booze cruise to Nassau.
Was it a Bud Light cruise?
Oh, I don't know.
Because my parents won the Bud Light cruise. I don't think it goes around anymore.
It was some special booze cruise with tribute classic rock bands on the boat.
Oh, that's cool. They were just playing on a boat. Those scare me.
Booze cruises?
Cruise ships. No, just cruises
Why?
in general. Haven't you ever heard of the what happened to that one cruise, the Carnival cruise? That like, I can't remember exactly what happened to it. I think either one of the engines failed or something. But all the sewage in the boat got backed up, so it was just like the toilets were spewing out onto the floor and everything. So people had to sleep on the deck of the boat because everything smelled like poopy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit scares me.
I like the sub.
But no, so, do you know any historical things about the Bermuda Triangle, like stories? Because I have one that I've always known.
I don't think I have any specific.
All right, so I'll tell you the one that I know, and I'm sure everyone knows because it's one of the most popular ones about the Bermuda Triangle, which is Flight 19. Have you ever heard of Flight 19?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Flight 19 was a group of 5 World War II planes. They're called Avenger planes. They're torpedo bombers. And they disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle in December 5th of 1945. Charles Taylor was the captain of this flight, and he mistook the Bahamas for the Florida Keys because, if I remember right, his compass was acting up. Interesting, because, you know, like I said, compasses act up in the Bermuda Triangle. And so, because of that, he missed Florida entirely because that's where they were supposed to land.
Yeah.
And they never were heard from again, right?
Okay.
So because of that, obviously they're military planes, so the Army's going to be like, well, where the fuck's our planes and our people? So they sent out a search party for them. And one of the planes that went out to search for them exploded in the air while searching for them in the Bermuda Triangle. Which is
Kind of like
crazy.
that scene that happens in Wolf of Wall Street.
That was a wild comparison. What the fuck? What do you mean?
They get what? What do you mean? Have you not seen it?
What are you talking about? I guess I don't remember that.
Remember their fucking yacht capsizes?
What in the hell does that have to do with an airplane?
Because their yacht capsizes, he calls for a rescue plane to come get him. An Italian ship that was coming by rescued them. And he looks out the window and he just sees the rescue plane that he called for to get struck by lightning. And poof, it's gone. But in the movie, it's Leonardo DiCaprio goes, I shit you not, a seagull flew into the engine and killed the fucking thing.
I guess I don't remember that. That's wild. But no, so what happened with this plane was, for a long time, it was a spooky mystery because it blew up in the Bermuda Triangle. Yeah. But what it sounded like was this plane, this specific plane, it held around 10 tons of gasoline. and the hoses that went from the gas tank to the engine got loose sometimes, and they believe that it broke in the wind, and it sparked the gas and blew up 10 tons of gas in the fucking air.
Oh.
That would be a big fucking explosion, dude. 10 tons of gas? It looked like a bomb went off in the air. That's crazy. But here, I'll tell you some more about this Flight 19. So in 1986, some wreckage of an Avenger airplane was found off the Florida coast. Would you like to know how they found it?
Sure.
They found it because, and this is very coincidental, they found it because they were looking for wreckage of the Space Shuttle Challenger mission. And you know about the Challenger, right?
That's the one that blew up, right?
Yeah, the one that Big Bird was supposed to be on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were looking for parts of that, and they went, whoa, there's a World War II plane down here. That's crazy. However, it was not one of those planes. It was just another Avenger plane. So in 91, a treasure hunting expedition went out to go look for them, and they found 5 planes off the coast of Florida.
Jesus.
But they were also not a part of Flight 19. So then in 92, a year later, another expedition located scattered debris on the ocean floor, but nothing could be identified, but it was presumed to be World War II airplanes again. And then in 2004, a man named, I can't remember his first name, but it was a man named Hawks. He's the one that led the last 2 expeditions. He came back with a submarine, like James Cameron, and identified one of the planes by its number as a flight loss at sea from October 9th of 1943. So it was not a part of Flight 19 again, but they're still finding these planes all over the place down there.
Okay.
And then in the later 2000s, some random searchers took to the farther east, more towards the Bahamas, farther away from Florida. Yeah. They didn't find anything crazy, but they did find some other planes that had gone down between 1942 and 1945. However, in total, it is said to be that there has been 95 aviation incidents between 1942 and 1945 in the Bermuda Triangle. So 95 planes went down in the Bermuda Triangle in 3 years. And I think that's what started the whole, this is a crazy place. I don't know if you know this or not, but if you go to the southern part of Florida, not like the Keys, because the Keys aren't on Florida, they're like their own little islands.
Yeah.
But if you go to the southernmost part of it, they used to, I don't know if you still do anymore, but they used to find World War II planes in the swamps and shit.
Oh.
All the time. That were unrecorded and whatnot from test flights.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of these planes in the Bermuda Triangle ended up being. And I'm going to guess it's because a lot of them got their compass mixed up because of the true north, magnetic north mix up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, for planes, the Bermuda Triangle is a very spooky place.
Well,
and I have another one. Trust me, I did some research for you. On December 28th. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, this has to go inside with Flight 19 stuff. So, there's something called, let's see. 2 incidents in the region involved U.S. military aircraft. In March 1918, the Collier USS Cyclops, en route to
Oh, yeah, the Cyclops.
En route to Baltimore, Maryland, from Brazil, disappeared inside the Bermuda Triangle, but absolutely nothing was found. So, no explanation for his disappearance, no wreckage. 27 years later, a squadron of bombers, Flight 19, under American Lieutenant Charles Carroll Taylor, disappeared in the airspace above Bermuda Triangle. As in the Cyclops incident, no explanation was given, no wreckage found. Same thing again. There was nothing found of this guy.
That's the same guy I was talking about.
What?
That's the same guy I was just talking about.
Oh, I don't remember if you said his name.
Oh, I may have skimmed over his name, but yeah, that's that guy.
Oh, okay.
That I was talking about. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Cyclops. That's the most famous one because of its name, obviously. I forgot all about that.
And
here you go. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you're fine.
Go.
Going back to what you said though, I found something. I found a bunch of articles that have said the most common estimate is about 50 ships to 20 airplanes missing.
Really?
Yeah.
Because when I looked, I mean, it could just be okay. That might be reported ones, and then the one I saw from 1942 to 1945 was 95 aviation personnel were lost from Fort Lauderdale, from the Bermuda Triangle.
Okay.
That could just be military, though. However, I got one for you. In December 28th of 1948, a Douglas DC-3 aircraft, I don't know what that is, I'm going to guess it's a big plane, disappeared while on a flight from San Juan, Puerto Rico to Miami. And there was no trace of the aircraft or the 32 people on board were ever found. So this stuff was happening all the time, like I said, in the 40s and the 50s. Which really popped off. And that's why they took to the magazines in America. And we're like, hey, there's this crazy place just outside of Florida where people disappear and never come back. Which is wild. And of course, out of all the places in the United States, it has to be off the coast of fucking Florida. Why does it always, on this podcast, why does it always wrap back around Florida? Yeah, it's always Florida when it comes to this podcast. Florida men, crazy stories about people in Florida. Now there's the Bermuda Triangle. We have a theme. We have a theme going on here, and it's always Florida. I think we just need to do a Florida-themed episode every 2 weeks or something. Because that's what we're turning into. It's just the Florida podcast.
The Florida guys.
God. 2 Midwestern men talk about Florida every week. Isn't that wild?
What do you think Florida men say about the Midwest?
I don't think they know it exists.
Oh, okay.
I think they only think Florida exists and that's it. Have you ever talked to someone from like Southern Florida?
No.
Or I shouldn't say Southern Florida, like Middle Florida.
Well, my uncle's from there.
Isn't he from?
My uncle's from Fort Myers.
Where, but is he from? Okay. Like I've been to Fort Myers. Usually that's like retired people.
Yeah.
And whatnot. I guess let me rephrase what I was gonna say. Have you ever talked to someone from Northern Florida?
Is that like
like Tampico? I almost said Pepsi Cola. I think it's it's not
Pensacola?
Yes, it's not Pepsi Cola. It's Pensacola.
Pepsi Cola, Florida.
Have you ever talked to someone like that? It's
From
wild how
Pensacola,
Florida works.
No, I have not. No, I've never talked to someone from.
If you don't know about Florida, Florida works in an opposite way, where the more southern you get in Florida, the less southern they become. So it usually goes like little Cuba, which is Miami, and then middle Florida is Disney World and retired people, and then northern Florida is the South. So that's where like you get people that are like driving big trucks around with Confederate flags, wrestling gators, shooting guns, shit like that.
Up north?
I don't think, yeah, northern Florida. I don't think any of those people know that the rest of the United States exists half the time.
Talking about like Tallahassee and Jacksonville?
Yeah. They're wild up there.
I guess call me crazy. I didn't know if alligators came up as far as Tallahassee.
Oh, I'm sure they do. I mean, Florida's a peninsula. There's water everywhere. Like most of mid to lower Florida was not populated until the 70s.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Did you know that?
Yeah, it makes sense. It didn't like you said, it's where a lot of retired people go to.
Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but I'm fairly certain the last time I went down to Florida and I drove from Tampa to is it Huntington Beach? No, it's not Huntington Beach. It might be Reddington Beach. Someone can fix that for me. It's a big highway that they just built like not too long ago. It goes over the ocean from Tampa to this city.
Yeah.
It says that it was founded in 1975 on the sign, and I was blown away by that. I had never seen something like that before in my life.
I know I've talked to you about this before, but that southernmost point in Florida, it's where that little it's like a a buoy statue, but it just says like you're
Yeah.
90 some miles to Havana or Havana.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
Isn't that
I
crazy?
want to visit that so bad.
We can do it for the show. We can make a little vlog for it.
I'm gonna wear my New
We'll
Balance
say
dad
Trey's
shoes
first
and
Florida
stand in
trip.
front of that.
Yeah, I'll get you a tacky tourist like floral shirt and some cargo shorts and some Nike Air Monarchs, and you can stand in front of it and I'll take your picture. That'll be fun.
Okay, no, it is in Key West. Okay.
Oh, that point.
Yeah.
I've never been to Key West. I've always wanted to go though because I don't know if you know this, but I think it's one of the keys. They have cats that have 10 toes.
Isn't it?
They have an extra
Is it one of the
toe.
cat islands that are down there, or where's that at?
It might be. I don't know exactly which one it is, but I just know they have cats with 5 toes on each paw instead of 4, which is crazy. Actually, here, speaking of cats, give me 1 second. Look at this big guy. So this is Turbo. Say hi, Turbo. Oh, are you being shy? Do you not want to say hi to the camera? He was sleeping on the beanbag behind me, so I figured I'd let him say hi to everyone. You gonna sit here for the remainder of the episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's getting comfy. So yeah, the Bermuda Triangle's wild. I found it, Trey. This is what I was talking about. Okay. When I said at the beginning that I remember as a kid there was something about the Bermuda Triangle, this is it. I'm going to read it to you, okay?
Okay.
A ship implied to be the USS Cyclops also appeared in the 2006 animated movie Scooby-Doo Pirates Ahoy. It was shown in a scene where the main protagonists are about to enter the heart of the Bermuda Triangle, so the movie seems to suggest that the disappearance of the ship is linked to the mystical supernatural powers and legends of the Bermuda Triangle. There it is. God damn it. I knew I'd find it. I knew that in my youth I had seen it before. I'm so happy I found that.
Damn. Maritime,
What?
like I don't know. Sometimes I get into a weird fascination of maritime events, and that's one of them. But have I? This is a little bit off topic. Have I ever told you that I stayed in a submarine?
You've told me about it, but
Yeah, look up the USS Cobia.
Colbia. Excuse me.
It's a submarine in Wisconsin. It's been stationed there for a little while.
Well, it's not stationed.
No, okay, it's been what's it called? Decommissioned.
I was gonna say I don't think there's anywhere in.
Submarines are so cool, but at the same
Wisconsin.
time, it's kind of scary. I feel like I'm in a fallout bunker, underwater.
Oh yeah, submarines are like the scariest things to sleep in, dude.
Well, I slept in one.
Well, I shouldn't say sleep in, to live in. Because if that thing busts open, you're dead. I mean, at least when you're underwater.
I don't think it went very deep, but there's definitely a story. Yeah, staying inside that thing at night was terrible.
Why is that?
Those bunks are not good. They're not meant to be comfy, but still. And my head was right next to the ceiling, as well as a big giant red light.
Oh, yikes. Stay on the sub. I'd rather not. This is this is the Maritime Museum ad. Make history with stay on our World War II submarine. An overnight experience on the USS Cobia will be as unique as the submarine itself. No two visits are exactly alike. With more than 65 different places to sleep, you get to choose your own adventure on the USS Cobia.
65 places to
Cobia-
sleep?
65 different places to sleep.
What does that even mean?
I'm gonna guess like different areas of the submarine to sleep. The USS Cobia is the best preserved submarine in the country.
Oh!
It has been
I didn't know that.
meticulously restored with amenities added like heating and air conditioning, making it perfect for year-round overnight visits. Huh. That's cool. There are currently 2 options for those wishing to stay aboard the Cobia. A private sub B&B, so this is a bed and breakfast place. Which I'm gonna guess you can book on the Airbnb website, or the Educational Youth Overnight Program, which I'm gonna guess is what
That's
you did.
exactly what I did. It was for Boy Scouts.
Yep, there it is.
Oh my God, this kid climbed inside the torpedo bay.
I can see the interior of it. Yeah, isn't that small as shit? Oh my god.
If I tried standing up in that now, I could.
Hey, people did it in the war, man.
I don't think there was people as tall as me.
Okay, now you're just acting silly. Hold on. Average height of a World War II.
How did these people pick up a torpedo and put it in there?
So like 5'8", 5'9" was the average height of World War II. So my height.
That might be more doable than me. I was also 15, 14.
It says it's important to know that this may vary depending on factors such as specific branches of service and age of soldiers and country of origin. So they could have just put all the short people in submarines.
Nice.
I could see that 100%.
It was cold there too. I'm surprised. Like I'm sure it was heated, obviously, but still, like.
Well, you're in a metal tube. It's gonna be cold.
That's why I was. If there wouldn't have been heating, oh god. But apparently they told stories too. Obviously, while we were touring it, it would get very hot because the engine's running, and you're underwater in a steel tube.
Yeah. So you're probably sweating. It's not like you can open a it's like you can open a window to, get some air flowing through there.
What's crazy is looking at it, and I'm like, if this was a submarine, why is there a gunner position on the top deck?
Because it would surface.
Yeah, but when they go underwater, wouldn't that cause damage to it?
No. They just take the ammo out of it.
Oh yeah, I got to yell over the speaker, dive, dive, dive. And then they put the little bram, bram.
Did you feel very powerful?
No. They want, like, I was forced to do it almost, dude. Like.
Oh, I hate that. I hate when people force kids to do things. It's garbage.
Garbage.
Well, at least that sub didn't get lost in the Bermuda Triangle, I guess.
That's true, but it did. I'm gonna have one more fact about it, and then we can get off of this. This submarine went on 6 war patrols in the Pacific and sank 13 Japanese vessels.
Oh, it was in the Pacific theater.
Yeah.
Huh. That's cool.
And it sank. 2 of the 13 that it sank were heading for Iwo Jima.
That's nuts. So it had a big hand in the Iwo Jima fight. That's crazy.
I really want to find when it was.
You slept in a big piece of history, man.
Smelt like it too.
Like what? Sweat?
It just smelled. I don't really know how to describe. You know what an antique smells like?
Oh yeah.
That's what it smelled like.
Oh. Well, the thing is 80 years old now. Which is crazy to think about.
Okay, well,
Oh,
I guess.
Here. I'm sorry to cut you off, but let's talk about this before we end. We got to talk about Fallout. I forgot about
Yes.
that.
Make it a 3-parter. We're not trying to make it a 3-parter.
No. So, Trey and I have to talk about Fallout. So, if you don't care about the Fallout show, we really appreciate you guys sticking around for the episode, and we will catch you next week.
Yes.
However, now we have the Fallout people here. Hello. We're gonna do episode 2 and 3 like we said last week because we forgot to talk about it last week because it was running forever.
Yes.
How did you like episodes 2 and 3, Trey? Did they live up to episode 1 to you?
Yeah, so far the show's just been carrying it. Like, They have not fumbled anything. Like, I don't really have much to complain about. Soundtrack is top tier.
Soundtrack is top tier, but I have to disagree with you to the last statement.
Okay.
Let me let my cat out this door, and I'll talk about it in a second. Hold on. My cat wants out, and I shut the door on him accidentally. So, I have to disagree with you because I think episode 3 was kind of slow. And not a whole lot went on.
Well, that part is true. I just meant, like, it wasn't even an opinion. Just, like, there's nothing I've noticed in the show that I'd have to complain about.
Oh, like, actual, like, negative complaints?
Yeah.
No.
Like, the plot development is getting good, character development getting good, that's all good and fine, but yeah, no, after the episode 3 ended, I was like, oh, it's over. Like, you could ask Morgan, that's exactly what I said. I was like, oh, it's already over?
I think that was where I lied too when I watched it today, was when the episode did end, I was like, oh, they're just going to end the episode here, which I know we're getting to the halfway point together of the show. But it kind of just felt like they didn't know where to end the episode, so they just chose right there.
I don't even remember how it ended.
He shot the Vault Boy poster, or the billboard.
Oh, and then
it turns out he is the Vault Boy.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a weird lore addition that they added for no reason.
Well, that doesn't mean... I don't think it means that... He was just advertising for the vaults, but now we know why he is the way he is, because he himself didn't get to be in a vault.
Well, okay, but what I'm saying is, it basically portrayed that he is the one that came up with the iconic thumbs up Vault Boy pose, right?
That's what I was also thinking too, but
it's just kind of weird that that's where they chose to.
It kind of goes full circle. So,
how so?
So you could think of it as the way you're thinking of it, or you could think of it as him doing the famous thumbs up because that's the logo. That's their logo.
No, because when he was doing the ad, he had said, what if I did a thumbs up? And everyone, yeah, that'd be cool. And that's where that came from. It's not like they told him to do it.
Right.
He had thought of it, and they said it was cool.
Huh. I want to know why they changed his hair to blonde, though.
Well, I'm gonna guess whoever drew the art for the Vault Tech Corporation just wanted a easier thing to draw,
I guess.
So it was just easy colors. It also is very color coordinated to the suit and whatnot.
Yeah.
Having blonde hair and whatnot.
He's also, I think he's getting softer.
I was gonna guess that's where his character was gonna go. Is little by little. Even though he wouldn't let Lucy get water from him at the end of episode 3, he's still slowly kind of being like, well, I guess I'm kind of, stuck like this, and I have really no objective in my life, so I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I guess I kind of have to be somewhat nice to this woman, or else I'm alone again.
What does he give her?
He didn't give her anything.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, I thought you were going somewhere with that. I was like, did I miss something?
Well, I am, but it was taking me a while. Essentially, from what I gathered at the end of episode 3, where they got to the radiated pond.
Oh yeah.
Where Pip-Boy was going off.
Oh, water, and he's like, yeah, but
water everywhere, not a drop to drink.
Yeah.
He's basically just kind of telling her like, hey, up here, it's fucked, and you probably should have just stayed in your vault. But since you didn't, I guess I'm gonna kind of explain to you what's going on up here. In the most hard-ass way. You know what I mean? Another thing I didn't like was that axolotl thing that the Brotherhood of Steel killed by pulling the boy out its mouth.
It fucking vomits. I didn't get what happened. I don't know why it puked.
He was swallowing the guy, and because of the power armor, he pulled so hard on the dude that it ripped out his inside.
Yeah, because it had like little fingers inside of its mouth, right?
Yeah. But I didn't like the fact that because their whole objective is to find the head, right?
Yeah.
And now at the end of episode 3, they have the head. So their mission's over. So it's like, okay, where do we go for the next 5 episodes?
Yeah.
It just kind of fell off. Episode 2, though, we haven't really talked about episode 2. I loved episode 2.
I forgot how that one goes.
It's just basically 3/4 of it, just a big shootout
Oh, that's true.
in the city.
Did you like how he
Philly.
fought in the power armor?
I do and I don't. I don't like how much of a bitch the knight was in a power armor when they faced the bear.
Yeah, no, the fuck.
Which is funny, right? Because he's just screaming fuck in a power armor suit. But as you saw in episode 3, he can pull out a man out of a creature's tummy and kill it. And this dude's afraid of attacking a bear.
Yeah,
Like,
so
really?
that's the big thing about that episode I was thinking about a lot. He definitely was trying to send Maximus in there to get him killed.
100%.
He knew what was in there.
Yeah, 100%.
And my other speculation, I think you've already said this to me though, but now I'm really starting to speculate it. I think the guy in the power armor originally, Titus, I think he was also an imposter.
Okay, we had not talked about this. Explain.
Just the way he's acting and talking, and even, like, I don't even know. We've only seen the power armor gun that goes with it be used once.
No, they used it in episode 3.
That's what I'm saying. That's the one time they use it.
No. He uses it in episode 2.
The 10mm pistol?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the big gun.
No. No, that's what I'm talking about. That big MG looking thing.
Yeah, the big MG. Yeah, he uses that.
When does he use it in episode 2?
He uses it when they're in the fight at in the town.
What happens to it?
I don't know, because it just magically shows up in the fucking Squire's hands in episode 3 out of nowhere. So I don't know if he lost it in episode 2, and then when he got the new Squire in episode 3 that he brought one in that sack.
I think that's what he did, but I in episode 2 I just didn't see it. It was just a lot of hand-to-hand combat for no reason.
Yeah.
What I thought was going to come out of the water in episode 3 was a Mirelurk.
Yes. That's what I was thinking of when I was talking to Emily about it. I didn't know what it was, but that is the name I was thinking of. But instead it was a giant fucking axolotl with fingers for mouth. And I was like, what is this thing? Is it in Fallout lore?
No.
Is that a thing?
No.
Is it new?
Yeah.
That's wild. But no, if I had to rank them episode wise, episode 1's a 10 out of 10 for me. Episode 2 is a 8.5, and then episode 3 is, I'd give it like a 6.5, a 7.
Okay.
So it's slowly declining for me. I'm hoping it picks back up in episode 4. I guess. What do you think?
So what I think is going to happen, since the Brotherhood has the head now.
Well, I don't want to talk about like theories for how the show's going to progress. I'm asking you how you would rank the 3 episodes we've watched so far.
So episode 1, that's probably as close to a 10 as we could get without it actually being a 10.
Okay, well, I made it a 10. So you're saying like a 9.5, 9.8?
Yeah.
Okay.
Episode 2, that could be 7.
Interesting.
Episode
Okay.
3, probably. I liked it a lot, but I don't know, probably an 8.
You give episode 3 a higher rating than episode 2.
Yeah.
That's
The only, like I said, the only thing I don't like about it that you have already said is that it ended abruptly.
But there, like, nothing happened in episode 3. Like, in the grand scheme of things. Like, episode 2 set up, like, the whole objective for Lucy. To get that person to said destination. And then in episode 3 it was, oh, I have the head. Oh, I lost the head. Oh, we're running through the desert. that's it. Like, nothing really happens.
Well, when you put it that
That was
way,
like a filler episode.
I think it's because what's going to happen is the entire rest of the season is going to be them playing keep away with the head.
Well, yeah, it's going to be very interesting because now their mission's ended, like I said earlier. So I don't know how Lucy's going to get the head back. If she does.
Oh, I bet she's going to... Maximus knows that was her boot in the stomach of that thing.
Yeah.
It's called a gulper.
What a name.
That was her boot in it. He recognized it. And I think they're going to have a run into each other again.
Yeah, but like where's the Ghoul and Lucy going? That's what I can't figure out. Like, they just left. Where are you going?
Well, the last thing that was like mission objective updated was this thing has a while to digest that head, so I guess we have a while. I don't know.
So they might come back?
That's what I thought. But I don't know why. I don't know where they're walking to right now.
Well, I know the Ghoul.
He's taking her to where he like is shacked up at.
Well, the last place he was shacked up at is a fucking grave.
What
So
was
I don't
it?
think so.
What was it that he got mad at that she smashed in his bag?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know if it's supposed to be Radaway.
I think it was either that or a picture of his family.
No. It's like these little vials of liquid that it showed you at the beginning of the episode that he takes like with an inhaler, but it's not really an inhaler. He like drinks it.
What's that stuff called that isn't an Psycho?
Yeah, but I don't think that's what it is, because Psycho's an actual inhaler. This was like a little vial that he put inside of an inhaler. So I don't know if it's like a portable Rad-X or a Radaway that he needs to survive, because remember he was coughing when he took it. So I don't know if that's what's keeping him alive or not, and he needs more of it, and she smashed it when she gave it to the Gulper. And that's where they're trying to go find?
Yeah, that's true, because Radaway is in an IV bag.
Yeah, and that's what was strapped up to him in the coffin.
However, the vial stuff was brown as well.
So like I'm saying, it might be Rad-X in a liquid form instead of a pill form.
So, and he has to take that, otherwise what happens? He becomes full ghoul?
I'm gonna guess so, because remember he was like coughing and shit before he took it?
Yeah.
And then he was like instantly fine. So I don't know. Like, I don't know, a lot of it didn't even make sense. Like, he left the dog there. She's like, what about the dog? He's like, it's not mine. Okay, well then why did you let it follow you the whole time? I don't know, a lot of it just...
It's because it led him to the head. It did its job.
But, okay, but my problem is in episode 2, he heals the dog on purpose because he feels bad for it.
Yeah.
And then takes it with him. And then as soon as he doesn't get what he's looking for, he's like, oh, fuck that thing. Like, what do you mean? You just saved it last episode because you felt bad for it. Now you don't care about it? What do you mean?
Do you think he took Buff out? No, it definitely wasn't Buff out.
I don't know. I'm gonna guess episode 4 will explain more.
Yeah.
But all right, we'll end it there. We're just rambling
Yes,
at this
sir.
point.
All right.
We really do appreciate you guys watching. We also really appreciate you guys watching the shorts. The views on those are going up, and we really do appreciate it. Check out my new video on Casey's General Store in the Midwest. I talk about how their pizza quality is horrible now compared to what it used to be about 15-20 years ago. And we also hope that you guys join us next week on Saturday for the next episode of Break Time with Derry and Trey. You can find us on Spotify and YouTube. We really do appreciate you guys sticking around the channel, and we'll see you guys next week. We hope you have a great week. So goodbye, everyone.
Please don't forget to like, comment, share with your friends.
All that
and
fun
subscribe.
stuff.
Yes. All right, guys.
Yes.
Take care.